We'll just start the recording now. And I'll take this just in case. There we go. All right. So we'll just start with centering. Just consider, obviously you're muted, so I wouldn't be able to hear you, but just consider how you're feeling about the energies right now. We do have the full moon and the eclipse, I believe solar eclipse, at least partial, on Saturday, and Mercury is retrograde. So we have a lot of soup to wade through. So just see how that's showing up in your life. And how you feel about that. And then we'll just sweep our auras, just taking your palms, kind of flatten them out, and just kind of as though you're dusting or clearing, sweeping your energy field all around your body. Brushing it downwards. And then just coming into center. And if you'd like to close your eyes for a few breaths, we'll just relax a little more. Just be sure to lift up in your spinal column so your energy can flow. Bring your attention to your pace and pattern of your breath. Check around your body for sensation to see if your body is making any requests of you. So if there's any tight spots or pain anywhere, or sometimes if you're checking your torso, sometimes one side of your body could feel larger and the other smaller, or vice versa. So different things can happen. It doesn't have to be pain or tightness. It can be energetic. Just notice how that's going for you. Now I'm going to suggest this is a little exercise that I discovered out of one of our breathing and mudra exercises. So um, I'm going to ask that you picture a shaft or beam of light. It can be golden or silvery, whatever feels right. It can even be a color. But just imagine that coming from the source, our creator, into the crown of your head and allow it to expand out your third eye, both directions, front and back. And again, allow it to filter into your crown, to your third eye, and then out, front and back. Just imagine it's like a pipe cleaner cleaning out your chakra. Maybe that's a good image. And then see that shaft of light coming in through your crown and coming down to your throat chakra, and then expanding out the front and out the back. And then repeat. So you inhale the color in, exhale it to the chakra and out through the chakra. Next would be the heart. So bring that light in through your crown, down the pranic tube, the center line of your body, down to your chest, your high heart area, and let that color out, and then repeat. Bring it in through your crown, down the pranic tube to your high heart. Let it cleanse on its way out, front and back. And then back up to the crown again, bringing in the light, letting it flow down the pranic tube to your sternum, anahata, your heart chakra, and letting it out front and back. And repeat. Breathe it in, exhale it down and out. Then back up to the crown. Flow the energy down to your solar plexus chakra and out front and back, and repeat. Breathe. Flow the energy down to the solar plexus. Flow the energy out and then back up to your crown. Bring the light in, down your pranic tube to the second chakra just below your navel. Let the energy flow out, cleansing, and then repeat. And now we have attention to the crown chakra, bringing the light in, down the pranic tube, all the way down through the root chakra in the pelvic floor and down into the earth. Just kind of hook on a crystal down there and bring some energy up through the pranic tube and out the crown and hook that on a star. And perhaps feel a sense of groundedness. And now just bring in both ends of that beam of light and let it settle in your heart chakra. And just 3 attunements breaths, just bringing palms into prayer hands, Anjali Mudra, and breathing arms overhead. Nice deep breath. Open out, exhale down. 2 more times. And just rest your palms on your knees, circle around in your shoulders. And reverse. All right. Okay, so um, just bring your left hand down onto the mat and reach up as you breathe through your right fingers and just swaying side to side, coming over. Breathe it in. Exhale over. And reach on the diagonal. Rotate shoulders so heart is facing more upwards. Look up under your arm. All right, and then turn and face your left knee. Bring your hand down and just walk your hands around to the back a little bit for a twist. Reach up through your crown into a twist. And then unwind. Just lean back and switch your feet. So bring the other foot on top. And we'll come to the other side, just breathing and moving a little bit. And then reach through your fingertips. Rotate your upper shoulder back. Look up under your arm. And then just turn and face your right leg, bringing your hands down and just coming around for a twist. Lengthen in your spine. And then walk your hands around to the front. We'll just take a stretch to the front, just sliding your hands out. Lengthen. Feel your hip joints and your low back, your spinal column, shoulders. And then just walk your hands back in and remaining in the present moment, just pause with hands on your knees or in your lap and notice how you feel just after this little bit of work that we've done already. I also would invite you to look out through your third eye. Now, this is not where you're looking up to your crown. You're just either looking straight ahead or slightly up. And notice whatever's happening, if anything. All right. Now, just for a couple of things here, we'll come down onto our back. We'll start with the psoas release. Lying on your back with your hands under your hips. Just keep your left knee bent and straighten out your right leg. Flex your foot. Rotate the leg outward, and then slide your foot over and lift only as high as the bent knee, releasing the psoas muscles. So 10 of those. And on your 10th one, bend your right knee and stretch out your left. Rotate out from the hip, toes out to the side. Flex your foot and slide the heel over, and then lift 10 repetitions. And then bring that knee in, lift your toes and bring both knees in towards your chest. Roll side to side. And just draw the knees in for a stretch and lift your head up to meet your knees. And lower your spine back down onto the mat. Now just come into dead bug. Lift both arms and both legs, just letting them relax. If you need to hold on to your legs to keep them up, it's okay to do that. All right. Now we'll come into a gentle twist. Just bend your knees, arms out to the side, take in your breath, and exhale both knees over to one side. Keep your shoulders down if you can. Roll your head opposite your knees. Now, once again, just look to your third eye. Not looking up so much as either straight forward or slightly up, like to where the top of the bridge of your nose is. Now press down in arms and shoulders. Roll your low back onto the mat. Take in your breath. Exhale over to twist the other side. It's ideal to have your knees up under your arm and shoulders down against the floor. All right, so we'll roll our sacrum back down onto the mat. Now, straighten your legs out, but bring your arms up overhead. Just align yourself where you're comfortable on the mat. Arms overhead. We're going to work with opposites. So lift your right arm and your left leg and just touch and return. Breathe and lift the other diagonal, left arm, right leg. In some of the Feldenkrais work, they recommend crossing the center line of your body to help ground you. So we'll see how this makes you feel. So once more on each diagonal, and then uh, both knees bent, feet on the floor, toes pointed forward. Reach your arms forward, lift your chin, and see if you can roll up a little bit. You don't have to go all the way, just lift and roll back down. Taking a breath. Exhale and lift again. And just see what it would take wherever your feet are right at this moment without moving them. Just see what it would take to come all the way up. How would that feel? Now walk your feet out maybe 2 inches. Taking a breath. Exhale, reach your fingertips forward and roll up. Reach forward, taking a breath. Exhale and roll back down. Just one tiny piece of your spine at a time. Turn your hips under so that your entire back gets a stretch as you lower down. We're going to repeat this 2 more times and then we'll be coming up. So start with your deep breath. Exhale. See if you can roll forward. Reach. Reach forward. Inhale. Exhale. Releasing each vertebra onto the mat. Feel your abdominal area. Last time, take in your breath. Exhale. Use the strength of your body rather than momentum. Okay. then a roll forward and release your arms on or your hands onto the mat and swing your legs around and come into puppy stretch. And then we'll come forward, just spread out your fingers and let your hips come forward and roll side to side. Loosen your low back. And then just little wiggles side to side. But pull away from your hips. Okay. From here, just breathe and lift your shoulders up by your ears. Squeeze shoulder blades together, bend elbows, and lower your hips onto the mat into cobra. We're just going to be here for a moment. Taking a breath and pull back into puppy. Stretch out your spine. Inhale and roll up onto your palms once again. And come forward. Lift your shoulders, squeeze shoulder blades, lower shoulder blades down, bend elbows, and the forearms are right next to your ribs. Lengthen, keep lengthening and pressing your pubic triangle into the mat. Cobra, Bhujangasana. And then lift up, press back into child's pose and relax your back. Bring your arms next to your body, thumbs by your ankles with palms up. If you're able, if you need to, you can use your arms for a pillow. All right. Then bring your palms onto the mat next to your knees. And just lift up onto the balls of your feet and we'll rock out a little bit, loosening ankles and toes. Let your knees come down onto the floor. And then just lift up onto your knees and just bring your left leg out in front into a lunge. Okay. Now bring your left arm around behind you. If it'll reach around for your hip, fine. If not, that's okay too. And take, whoops, take your right hand and press on the outer edge of that left knee and lift up through your crown, press down through your knee and your foot. And just exhale into a twist. Look over your shoulder. And then slowly unwind. Bring both hands on top of that knee, the bent knee, taking your breath. Exhale forward into a deeper lunge. And we'll repeat 2 or 3 times. Press down on your palms. That'll help you keep your chest lifted. And then come into your lunge. Press down firmly in both feet and release your arms up overhead. Look up between your palms. And now open into a twist to the other side. So your arm goes inside the knee and your other arm comes around to the back, and look over your shoulder and twist on this side. But come into your deeper lunge on this one. And then press back up, and we'll switch legs, okay? If you need to double your mat or put a blanket under your knee, you may have already. But just come into the high lunge. So bring your left hand onto your right knee. Right hand comes around back. And open into your twist. Look over your shoulder. And then unwind. Stack your palms on your knee. Take in your breath. And exhale, deepening your lunge. Keep pressing against your knee with your palms. Inhale back. Exhale. Last time. And we'll come in, holding the lunge, and breathe arms up overhead. Deepen your lunge as your body allows. And then reach fingertips up, inhale, and open into the twist on the other side. So it'll be your left side. Wrap your left arm around your hip. Look over your shoulder. For stability, just press both feet firmly into the ground. Deepen into your lunge. And then unwind. Bring both palms down. Turn your toes under for plank pose. Lift the back knee and come into your plank. Give a nice stretch to your calf muscles as you press your heels away. And start at your heels. Take your attention to your heels and start to bring them down onto the floor. Press down on your palms and then rest up into your downward facing dog. Okay. For our first warrior one, just step your left leg out in between your palms. Come onto your fingertips a good plant with the sole of or the ball of the back foot and press up into your warrior one pose, reaching arms up overhead and deepen your lunge. Reach tall, lower down, press through the back heel. And come back down into your plank. Take your attention to your heels, draw them to the floor as you press palms back into downward facing dog. And then step your right foot forward in between your palms, fingertips, lengthen in your spine, press down in both feet, get a good press with the back foot, lift up into your warrior one. See if you can allow a deeper lunge. And then pull back and step it in. Whoop. All right. Just for a moment here. Close your eyes. Palms are together in Anjali Mudra. Ground the soles of your feet into the earth. Look at your third eye. Look using your third eye, I should say. What do you see? All right, now open your eyes. Separate your feet out and turn the toes about 45 degrees for horse pose. Breathing arms up and bend your knees. This is a hip opener, so you want to press your knees back as you reach up. Like you're sitting in between your feet. And then press down through your feet, isometrically squeeze your legs as you reach fingertips up, taking a breath. Exhale and lower down once again. Lengthen in your spine, draw your navel up. And release your hands onto your knees. Press your left knee as you bring your left shoulder forward. Press it a little more open, and you can look towards your right knee. Sit down a little deeper into your pose. And then other side, press the other knee open. Bring the shoulder forward. Use that arm for leverage. Other side. And switch. Back to center. And squeeze the legs together. Lift your arms out into five-pointed star. And turn out your right heel and your left toes. Separate your feet for warrior two. Engage the muscles in your legs. So lift your kneecaps, draw your tummy up and in, take in your breath, and exhale out into your warrior two. Deepen your pose as you're able. And reversed warrior. Lift your front palm, press on the back leg, and reach. See if you can get a side stretch here. Mindful of the front knee. And lift back to warrior two. Inhale the knee in. We'll go to the other side. Take in your breath. Exhale out. Keep pressing down in the back hip as well. Don't forget that part. Gaze over your fingertips. Reverse warrior. Inhale and lift up. Mindful of the front knee. Keep it open and over the ankle. And back to warrior two. And breathe the knee in. A forward fold. Toes in, heels out. Press on the outer edge of your feet. Really get a good firm press. Breathe. Exhale, hinge forward in the hips. You can even place your hands there if you wish. But come down with a straight spine. Tilt your hips up and lower down into your stretch. Palms on the floor in front of you. Okay. Now, bend your left knee. Walk your hands over, come into a half squat. Press down in your right heel and lift your toes up. And use your left elbow to press against the knee. And then we're just going to lift up and walk over to the other side with our hands and lift. And then lift for one final forward fold, toes in, heels out. Tilt your hips up. Breathe. And then just slide your hands forward. Bring your feet together. Let your knees down onto the mat. Lean back. Now, we haven't done camel pose in a while. We've done thigh stretches, but not a formal camel. So with the toes turned under, you can reach for your heels, lift, and press up into your camel. Open your heart, your solar plexus, your second chakra, your throat. Your third eye, your crown. Bring your chin forward and you can come back, letting your hips down onto your heels. And we'll go up one more time. Take in your breath. And just roll your hips forward, rolling your body forward. If you want to let the tops of your feet down onto the mat and go deeper, you can do that. And then let your hips come down, come into child's pose. Palms up, thumbs by your ankles, if possible. Look through your third eye. What do you see? All right, now slide your arms forward. Stretch your legs back. You can come into Sphinx pose for a moment. Let your hips down. Now touch your big toes together. Take your heels out to the side and line up your arms so they're just parallel. Take them slightly forward. You don't want your chest on the mat. This is for crocodile. Your ribs will be on the mat, and just rest your head on your arms. Your drishti here is your low abdomen. Feel your breath. Feel the movement in your belly. Now look through your third eye. Breathe light into it from your crown, from the Creator to your crown. Now you're just going to come around, swing your legs around, bring your palms down. And prepare for your Shavasana, okay? So as you relax down, once again, take your attention to your third eye, as though you're looking out with your eyes closed. Now, rather than asking, what do I see? Ask, who am I? As you look through your third eye, who am I? And now just start to notice your awareness, whether it's the feeling of peace or well being, bliss. Just notice. See if you remember any insights during your reverie about who you truly are. Sometimes it's like a dream when we're in there. And then just start to gently move around and breathe and yawn, wake yourself up. And lift your knees up to your chest. And come over into sitting. Bring your hands into mudra. Sealing in your benefits, sealing in your awareness, sealing in the question and perhaps the answer. And then bringing palms into Anjali Mudra. Om Bhur Bhuva Shvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dimahi Yono Prachodayat. Illuminate my mind, illuminate my body. Have a peaceful evening, everybody. Namaste.
Thank